Hello friends, welcome to introductory session on trigonometry. In this session I am going to explain the basic concepts of trigonometry so that you are able to solve the exercise problems quickly and easily. But before starting off with the concepts, let us understand why we have to study trigonometry. So trigonometry has lot of applications in our day-to-day lives. For example, if I am standing in front of a huge tower and I want to measure the height of the tower without measuring it physically, I can do that with the help of trigonometry. I need not measure the height of the tower physically. I can simply do the calculations using trigonometry and find out the height of the tower. And in fact, there is a chapter in this textbook, that is the applications of trigonometry, where you will find lot of examples which apply the concepts of trigonometry. After completing that chapter, you will figure out why we have to study trigonometry and the importance of trigonometry. So what is trigonometry? Trigonometry is the study of relationship between the angles and sides of a triangle. But in this chapter we are going to confine ourselves to right angle triangles. So when we talk about right angle triangle, the first thing that comes to our mind is the Pythagoras theorem. We are going to use the Pythagoras theorem a lot in this chapter for calculating the side of a right angle triangle given we know the other two sides. We can use the Pythagoras theorem to calculate a side of a triangle if we know the other two sides of a triangle. So what is the Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem is the square of a hypotenuse of a right angle triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Now let's understand the trigonometric ratios. That is the first topic of the trigonometry, that is trigonometric ratios. There are 6 important trigonometric ratios. They are sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, cosecant and secant. These are the 6 important trigonometric ratios. And before starting off with the calculations of the ratios, I want you to understand something in this triangle. We'll calculate these trigonometric ratios for the angles. For example, we should understand what is the adjacent side and opposite side for a given angle in a triangle. So let us consider angle C. What will be the opposite side of angle C? It will be AB. AB will be the opposite side of angle C and BC will be the adjacent side of angle C. That is, the base of angle C is adjacent side and AC will be the hypotenuse, that is the longest side in the right angle triangle. Now let us look for angle A. For angle A, what is the opposite side? BC is the opposite side. What is the adjacent side? AB is the adjacent side. And what is the hypotenuse? AC is the hypotenuse. We are going to use this terminology for calculating the trigonometric ratios. That's why I am explaining this concepts. Now there are short forms I am going to use for this opposite side, which is OS, adjacent side AS, hypotenuse HT. I am going to write OS for opposite side, AS for adjacent side and HT for hypotenuse. So this is the first important table which you should by heart, and all the exercise 1 problems are based on this table. I will explain this table now. Now we are calculating the first ratio, that is sine of angle C. We will write it as sine of angle C. Here in this picture angle C, we can see angle C, right? So sine of angle C is opposite side by hypotenuse. What is the opposite side of angle C? AB. And the hypotenuse is AC. So AB by AC is the ratio for sine of angle C. In a similar way, cos of angle C is adjacent side by hypotenuse. What is the adjacent side of angle C? BC. BC divided by AC is the hypotenuse. So cos of angle C is adjacent side by hypotenuse, BC by AC. Now tan of angle C. Tan of angle C is opposite side by adjacent side. What is the opposite side of angle C? AB. And adjacent side is BC. AB by BC is tan C. Now if you remember these 3 ratios, you can easily calculate the other 3 ratios. I'll tell you how you can do that. Cosecant of angle C. What is cosecant of angle C? Cosecant of angle C is the inverse of sine of angle C. That is the inverse ratio of sine of angle C. So cosecant of angle C becomes hypotenuse divided by opposite side. That is AC by AB. That is equal to 1 by sine of angle C. In a similar way, secant of angle C is hypotenuse divided by adjacent side, that is equal to AC by BC, that is equal to 1 by cos of angle C. In a similar way, cot of angle C becomes 1 by tan of angle C, that is adjacent side by opposite side, that is equal to BC by AB. Now we understood from this table that cosecant of angle C is 1 by sine of angle C, secant of angle C is 1 by cos of angle C, and cot of angle C is 1 by tan of angle C. And we can also write tan of angle C as sine of angle C by cos of angle C. That is, tan C is equal to sine C by cos C. Why is tan C sine C by cos C? If you look at this table, what is sine C? AB by AC. What is cos C? BC by AC. And tan C is AB by BC. If we divide sine C by cos C, it will be AB by AC divided by BC by AC. It will be AB by BC, which is same as the tan C. That's why we can write tan C also as sine C by cos C. In a similar way, cot C becomes cos C by sine C. Hope you understood this. If you do not understand, pause the video and go back and revisit the topic once again. Now the table 1 is completed. You have to understand the table 1. This is very important and the most important part of this chapter. You have to by heart these ratios so that you can solve the problems easily. Now let's move to the second important table in this chapter. That is the trigonometric ratios for the sum of the important angles. So here he has given the ratio calculations for important angles like 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. So in this table we are going to calculate these six ratios for the angles 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90 degrees. This table also you have to remember, but I'll show you an easy way to remember this table. All you have to do is, you have to remember sin A is equal to 0 degrees for 0 degrees. First of all, you should understand how to read this table. Sine of 0 degrees is 0, sine of 30 degrees is 1 by 2, sine of 45 degrees is 1 by root 2, sine of 60 degrees is root 3 by 2, sine of 90 degrees is 1. In a similar way, cos of 0 degrees is 1, cos of 30 degrees is root 3 by 2, cos of 45 degrees is 1 by root 2, cos of 60 degrees is 1 by 2. In a similar way, tan of 0 degrees is 0, cot of 0 degrees is not defined. This is how we are going to read this table. Now if you remember the first row in this table, that is this first row, that is the values of sin A, you can easily derive the other 5 ratios. I will show you how you can do that. So cos of angle 0 degrees becomes sine of 90 degrees. What is cos of 0 degrees? Sine of 90 degrees. Sine of 90 degrees is 1. So cos of 0 degrees is 1. Cos of 30 degrees is equal to the sine of 60 degrees, that is root 3 by 2. Cos of 45 degrees is same as sine of 45 degrees, that is 1 by root 2. Cos of 60 degrees becomes sine of 30 degrees, that is 1 by 2. Cos of 90 degrees becomes sine of 0, that is 0. And now tan A, we can calculate tan A as sin A by cos A. So I will divide sin A by cos A to get the values of tan A. Here ND represents not defined. Why is this not defined? Because tan A is equal to 1 by 0. So anything by 0 is not defined. Now cot A becomes cos A by sin A. Cot A is cos A by sin A. That is 1 by 0. 1 by 0 is not defined. Root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 is root 3. Next 1 by root 2 divided by 1 by root 2 is 1. And then 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2 is 1 by root 3. And then last one is 0 divided by 1 is 0. This is how we are going to calculate cot A value. Cot A is cos of angle C divided by sine of angle C. Okay, and tan A is sine of angle C divided by cos of angle C. This is how we are going to calculate the ratios. Now secant A becomes 1 by cos of A, cos of angle A. So all we have to do is we have to calculate 1 by cos of angle A for calculating the values of secant A. That is how we have filled this row. Now coming to the last row, cosecant of angle A. Cosecant of angle A becomes 1 by sine of angle A. That is how we have filled this values for this last row. Hope you understood this table. This table is also very important. The second exercise problems of this chapter are completely based on this table. Now let's look at the next important topic, trigonometric ratios for complementary angles. So this is the table 3. Complementary angles are any two angles for which the sum is 90 degrees. If sum of two angles is 90 degrees, they are called complementary angles. In this right angle triangle ABC, A and C become complementary angles. Why? Because angle B is 90 degrees, then sum of A plus C becomes 90 degrees. That's why A and C are complementary angles. Angle A plus angle C is equal to 90 degrees. Now this is the table you have to remember. Sin of 90 minus A is equal to cos A. Tan of 90 minus A is equal to cot A. Secant of 90 minus A is equal to cosecant A. Cos of 90 minus A is equal to sin A. Cot of 90 minus A is equal to tan A. Cosecant of 90 minus A is equal to secant A. Now I will show you the derivation for first two of the equations. Here, what is cos A in this right angle triangle? Adjacent side by hypotenuse, right? So, AB by AC. Cos A is AB by AC. What is sin C? Sin C is opposite side by hypotenuse. What is opposite side of sin C? For angle C, AB. AB by AC. AB by AC. Here we see that cos A is equal to sin C. Cos A is equal to sin C. Now, I can write C as 90 minus A, right? So that implies cos A is equal to sin of 90 minus A, right? Cos A is equal to sin of 90 minus A. So this first equation is proved. Now we know that cos A is equal to sin C. So we can write A as 90 minus C, right? So cos of 90 minus C is equal to sin C. So this second equation is also proved. This is how we can prove the other two equations also. This table is also important. Exercise 3 problems are based on this concept of trigonometric ratios for complementary angles. Hope this is clear for you. The last part of this chapter is the trigonometric identities. There are three important trigonometric identities. That is sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. Secant square A minus tan square A is equal to 1. Cosecant square A minus cot square A is equal to 1. And here this identity is applicable for any angle of A. Okay, for any value of angle A, cos square A plus sin square A is equal to 1. A can be 0 or 90 degrees or 60 degrees or 30 degrees. Sin square A plus cos square A will always be 1. So you have to remember these three identities. Now I'll show you one quick example to prove that sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. Here take a right angle triangle. I have taken a right angle triangle 3, 4, 5 centimeters respectively. AB is 3 centimeters, BC is 4 centimeters, AC is 5 centimeters. Because 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 5 square, right? So this is a right angle triangle. Now let us calculate sine of angle C. Sine of angle C is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse, that is 3 by 5. What will be cos of angle C? Adjacent side by hypotenuse, that is 4 by 5. Now sin square C plus cos square C becomes 3 by 5 whole square plus 4 by 5 whole square. That is equal to 9 by 25 plus 16 by 25. That is equal to 25 by 25. That is equal to 1. So it is proved, right? So sin square of A plus cos square of A is 1. That is 1. That's all for this video. If you have any doubts, Pause the video and revisit the video. See the video once again if you do not understand any of those concepts. These concepts are very important for solving the questions in this exercise problems. And please subscribe to the channel and share the videos. Please leave your feedback in the comment section below. Until then, see you. Bye bye.